Daily driving a 2022 Porsche 911 Carrera 4 GTS Cabriolet. I'm Jacob, and I'm going to put you into the driver's seat of this Porsche 911. I'm going to run you through a normal workday as if you own this, which means commuting to the office in traffic. You got to go get coffee, play with your infotainment, put the top down, listen to the exhaust, send it through Cliche Corner, and then go home, park it in your rich people garage because you own a 911. Now, I'm not exactly dressed like a 911 owner. That's because I don't actually own a 911, but I'm going to put you into their loafers as if you did, as best as I can. The first thing you do is start it up. It sounds decent. It's definitely loud for a few seconds on a cold start, but you do have this valved exhaust, so after it kind of chills out for a couple seconds, you can just play with the valved exhaust and make it quieter or louder if you want. Now, this is a convertible, so let's drop this top. It operates pretty quickly, up to about 50 kilometers per hour. And earlier today, it actually didn't work because when we were filming this review, it was actually minus 19 and it did not allow the convertible top to drop. But now that it's balmy minus 10 or minus 15, it's actually letting me do it. So when you drop the top, it's completely fine because we also have this additional little piece back here, which removes a lot of the wind noise. But unfortunately, there's no air scarf, so there's no hot air blowing down your neck like you'd get in a BMW or a Mercedes. But with this thing, it actually kind of works pretty well. But Porsche, come on, if I paid for the convertible, I want to use the whole convertible. I kind of get why it doesn't work in minus 20 conditions, but you know, it'd be nice since you paid for it. On your way to the office, just gonna put my gloves on now that the convertible top is down, you gotta go grab some coffee at Timmy's.
May I take your order, please?
Hi, can I get a small coffee with 2 almond milk? That's it, thank you very much. So you're in the drive-thru. This thing has really good 360 cameras if you remember to clean them off because yes, they get pretty salty in the winter. But you got a lot of different versions of the parking camera where you can actually see your front tires, your back tires, 360 cameras, works really, really well. Unfortunately, the cup holder actually has really tight grips, so it's hard to get your cup in there without spilling it. So I'm actually going to give this cup holder a fail. And yes, you do have another one on the passenger side, but that's way too far to reach. Now you want to get your podcast or your music going. So I like to put on Sirius XM channel 44, get my gangster rap going in the morning, hype me up. It also has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is convenient, and the buttons are really large and easy to use. And now that you're all situated, coffee in hand, music going, you merge onto the highway. The first thing that happens, you get blinded by the sun. So let's see if the visors pass. 3, 2, 1, total fail. Now, in anger, you put on your sunglasses and then you floor it. And you merge very, very quickly. This car is ridiculously quick. I really don't see why anyone would really need more than this. You just kind of want more than this. Just gonna floor it again. Oh, that's good. And I'll talk way more about this power and handling later when I'm coming home from work. Up next on your daily soul-crushing commute is enabling adaptive cruise control. Works really well. You can kind of shut off your brain just a little bit, but you do still have to steer because this particular one does not have lane centering. But since it's winter, I've actually been getting warnings and errors for a lot of my sensors being dirty, so you got to make sure to clean your sensors, otherwise those features aren't going to work. And that is something you're going to have to watch out for in the winter if you do daily drive one of these. It's getting a bit hot in your big, bulky winter jacket. Now, the seats are very supportive. In this jacket, I'm actually not uncomfortable. The bolstering is perfect. I love these optional seats. But since I'm getting a little hot in this jacket, I'm actually going to adjust my climate with my gloves on, and it's totally fine. All of the buttons are big enough, and I can even move these vents with my hands. This is a better layout than the Porsche Taycan. We do still have a bunch of gloss black, which is a little bit unfortunate though. Now you're getting close to the office. It's time to hype yourself up before you start pushing papers for 10 hours. Gonna dial this thing into sport mode, instantly downshifts, crackles and pops. Couple little rips. Man, this thing pulls these crackles and pops. Oh, a little bit of turbo spool. Yeah, definitely hype yourself up right before you get to the office. This thing just pulls so hard right through the rev range. Like, I'm gonna go low, low, nice and slow, downshift, all the way to red line. Woo, getting hyped up for the office. But it doesn't sound as good as a naturally aspirated 911 would, like a GT3. It just doesn't. Finally, you get to the office, and you're so happy that you checked that one box that gave you rear axle steering because it makes maneuvering in parking lots so easy. After 4 miserable hours of checking your watch every 10 minutes to see if it's finally lunchtime, and you're still debating why you're still at the office and why you keep going back, but it affords you a 911, it's finally lunchtime. So you ask your coworker, hey, Yuri, do you want to go grab tacos? And you tell him to. Do a launch control.
That is a fast convertible all-wheel drive launch.
Not bad, eh?
Horsepower and torque.
473 horsepower, 420 pound-feet of torque from a 3-liter twin-turbo flat 6.
I kind of like that Turbo S launch a little more though.
It was pretty hardcore, but that also cost a lot more money. Now let's go get those tacos.
Tacos. Hope you're enjoying Jacob's daily driving Porsche video right now. This Ford Maverick front-wheel drive is going to be Saturday's video, so make sure you either come back next weekend or subscribe to check it out.
Ooh, check out the spicy hybrid that we're driving.
It's not that spicy.
No. Back at work. You burn through the rest of your day browsing the discounted price offers on tsp.truecar.com looking for your next 911, debating whether you should have got a GT3 instead of this. I'm gonna say you probably should have got the GT3. But by the way, if you didn't know, every time the GTS comes around, there's usually a new 911 generation right around the corner. It's finally time to go home. Launch control. Oh my God, that's fast. 0 to 60 in, oh my God, like low 3 seconds. This is almost as fast as a turbo. Like this is really, really quick. Now, you bought a 911, so you're gonna take the back roads home, which includes Cliche Corner. Now make sure I'm in Sport Plus and send it through Cliche Corner downshift, and this thing rips so hard. Jeez, 911s, they're just something. There's so much grip. This is the all-wheel drive one, but still lets the back end out just enough when you have the PSM in Sport. Razor sharp steering, just like every 911. There's something so special about 911 steering. Handling is impeccable. It's a GTS. It's the one that gets all the cool stuff from the turbo. It handles incredibly well. The suspension is not too stiff, even in the stiffest mode. You did pay for the PDCC, which is your Porsche Dynamic Chassis Control. I actually like it in normal mode for the most part, but sport mode, totally fine. This is not overdamped, underdamped. This is just perfect Porsche suspension. But let's talk about this 8-speed PDK. It shifts like lightning. It is so quick, like just knocks those shifts right off. However, there is a manual option, and since you bought one of these in PDK, because this is the one you're driving, every day you're probably thinking, should I have bought the manual? But you still got the GTS, so you did get the extra horsepower, and this engine just, oh my God, you gotta do another send through Cliche Corner. Like, sorry wife, sorry spouse, I'm gonna be late, as usual, because I gotta send it through Cliche Corner. This is so much fun to drive. Yeah, this is why you buy a 911. This back road commute home, on your way from the office, you dreaded your work day, this is all you look forward to all day. This is why you buy a sports car like a 911. A couple more downshifts. No, you know what? Sport response. Here we go. Extra boost, so quick. This car is ridiculously quick. However, you're an adult, you do have responsibilities, so you do have to run some errands on your way home. So you go to Costco, do a pretty light trip, and find out that this car is actually very practical. We've got a frunk. It can actually handle a pretty light Costco trip. Salt bags and toys for your child, it's pretty damn good. However, if this is your only car, which I am assuming it is because you're daily driving this in the winter, you can put a child seat in the back. There are hooks, but I would only recommend it on the passenger side without a passenger in the front seat. You finally make it home. You left when it was dark, and it's dark again. You park in your rich people garage, you get out, you look at your illuminated Porsche logos on the ground, and you just smile because you know you spent $190 on them. Now you walk away from it, but you do look back at it because you're a car guy, you bought a 911 after all, and you're still wondering, should I have spec'd these weird racing stripes? But you do admire the commitment from Porsche because they actually put it through the fabric roof, which I have never seen before. That level of commitment is pretty impressive. And every day you contemplate, did I spec this car correctly? Should I have got it in chalk? Should I have got it in a brighter color? I think you probably should have. But you did definitely option the best wheels possible. These RS Spider wheels look amazing. And then you think about, what would be the Continental recommended tire? And that would be the Viking Contact 7 and the Extreme Contact Sport in the summer. You take one last look at this interior and wonder if you optioned it right. Yeah, you did. This matte carbon looks amazing. These seats are very comfortable. This gray looks really cool. You're definitely happy that you didn't get black. This Alcantara steering wheel is very nice. Yeah, you're happy with this spec. After a long work day, you're finally home. The first thing you want to do is put your feet up, but you can't. You walk through that door, your spouse starts yelling at you. Why are you late? Why are you late every damn day? Well, sorry, I have to pay for this 911 and this house somehow. We're rich people. How do you think we're rich people? It's because I'm at the office every day and I gotta be late. Okay, now that you got that out, you gotta eat your Costco dinner. You eat your Costco dinner, delicious. But now you're super tired, you go to sleep, but you can't actually sleep. Now it's time to contemplate, should I have really spent that 204,565 Canadian dollars on this spec? Should I have just gotten on a list for a GT3? Will this GTS get me on the list for the next GT3? You can't sleep, you wonder that every night. Was it worth it to order this GTS in this spec? Yeah, but you probably should have got the manual. Let me know what you think of this video. Let us know. This is very different. I'm having fun putting myself in the shoes of the 911 owner because I don't actually own one, and it's pretty fun to think that I do. And hopefully you guys are along for the ride and you're enjoying it as well. See you next weekend.